Don't you think your pet deserves a special treat without all those ingredients you can't pronounce? Your pet deserves the best source of ingredients. I agree. That's why Hound House Treats is established to give your pet the best all-natural handcrafted treats packed with flavor. Try our chicken, turkey, and our pink salmon jerky. These products are 100% natural and USDA certified. It's prepared without no added hormones or steroids, no growth-promoting antibiotics, no artificial ingredients, flavors, or preservatives. Grain-free. Don't cheat your dog nutrients. Treat your dog to a healthy snack at www.
You are now tuned into 2111 Radio Show, hosted by our program director, Derrick Scott.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2111 Radio Show. I am your host, Derrick Scott, and as you see, Beth is definitely in the building. We're going to get her up in here right now as an incredible artist. We're going to get her here right now. What up, Beth?
What up, though?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Like I was saying in the back, I'm blessed. Look who I got at my show.
Oh,
Listen, I'm very honored to have you here. So before we get all deep into this, tell everybody where you're from.
I am from Detroit. I am in Detroit. Born and raised.
I know that's right. So growing up in Detroit, was it any difficulties? Because, we hear stories about Detroit. Mm-hmm. But again, you have to live in Detroit to understand Detroit. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. So how was it growing up as a young girl in Detroit?
For me, I had a great time. I mean, there, you have your ups and downs. You have things that you see on the news that you see happening everywhere. They're happening here just like they're happening everywhere. But right. I have to say, looking back, I had a great time. Growing up here and just being a native Detroiter and just soaking up the things that Detroit has to offer. And I still do that.
I know that's right. Listen, I appreciate, you repping your city. A lot of people don't rep their city. You're repping your city and you're making everyone proud because, again, I've done a lot of research. So before we get into the music, I want to get into your college. You actually went to college. Is that correct? And
I did.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring that up because I was cleaning up and in the garage the other day and I found some of my papers that I wrote in college. And one of the papers that I wrote it said that I had 6 weeks to graduate. And I was like, when did I write this? And in the paper, I was writing like some sort of kind of autobiography. We had to write a short synopsis of our life. And in that paper, I wrote that I wanted to be a successful singer. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I did it. And I wrote this paper in like 2001. So I was like, oh my gosh.
And guess what? Look, you're very successful. Trust me. Listen, we're going to get all into that. So before you got into all that, you went to college. And I guess with us, we make sure we have a contingency. You understand? I think with you probably say, you know what? I have something to fall back on just in case things don't work out. So is it true you actually wanted to be a corporate attorney?
I did. You know, I didn't, my thing was what I wanted to do and what my dreams were, they just seemed so big and so far-fetched. And because I come from a musical father, but a mother who was an educator, and actually later my father became an educator too. He taught in the Detroit public school system as well as my mother. What I tended to do was dream about the music, but not think that it was something that I could do. And so I figured, you know, to please my parents, I would do something in the corporate world because I had my degree. And then to, I guess, you know, I sang in some bands, you know, but I didn't really think it was going to be where I am now. But I just figured I'd make my parents happy. My father did not really want me to be in the business because he knew some of the ugliness or a lot of the ugliness from the business. So I just figured I'd please them and go to college and get a good job. But it just didn't feel good.
Listen, and you know, it's good you did that because a lot of these young, talented artists, they think everything's going to happen overnight. And yeah, it's an overnight thing. It's like I get on the radio, I made it. Yay! No, it doesn't work like that. It takes it takes a long time. And right now, you actually are being very successful. And I want to basically slow this down because I do have pictures. I have pictures, and you know, we're gonna get to this. So, your first big break. Was it with this young lady?
Yes.
Anita Baker, for those who don't know. Yes,
and
that's Anita Baker.
When I tell you, and it again, going back to me cleaning up in the garage yesterday, I found a bunch of laminates because I save all my laminates from each tour.
Right.
And I have just laminates on top of laminates from different shows that we did, and I was like, oh my God, I still have all this stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, that was my first major tour with her. I started with her, with the first major artist that I started working with. I started with her in 2007.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked
and
with
how
her
long
starting
that
into 5 years.
Damn, you picked up a lot of experience, didn't you?
Listen, what I learned from her is probably some of the most valuable information, techniques, skill set that I could have ever learned from anyone, because I had a front row seat to watch this amazing woman night after night after night for year after year after year, up until 5 years. And to be able to talk to her and be able to look at her, and, you know, and she was on fire at the time.
Yes, she was.
She was on fire at the time, and she's still doing her thing now. But she just was, it was just amazing. And I didn't even know at the time, I think, what I was in. I was just like, ooh, I'm singing. And I'm like, ooh, this is Anita Baker. And truthfully, when I got the job, I really wasn't even an Anita Baker fan. I just wanted to sing. But I got the gig with Anita. So I kind of, I don't even know if I knew the value of really what I was doing at the time. Now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, you know, but at the time I was like, oh, I'm singing with Anita Baker and we on the road, right? So, but I had no idea. Now I look back and I says, oh my God, the knowledge that I obtained, and it's priceless. It is absolutely priceless.
I wish I was a damn fly on the wall, because you definitely, it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you took some of those skill sets and added to yourself.
I definitely did. And it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose, because at the time I'm watching her and I'm not even thinking about being a solo artist. I'm just geeked because I'm on the stage and I got some lashes on and some glitter and I'm on the stage and some lights, right? And I'm traveling all over the world, and I'm just like, ooh, we get to go to so-and-so, and we get to go to, I'm going to be honest with you. I had more fun going to these different cities and countries and getting there a day or two early and going shopping and buying stuff to. So, I was so oblivious to what was being poured into me and what it was preparing me for. I had no idea.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something.
But I know now.
I know you do. And I know you have background singers, and hopefully they will listen and follow your lead, because at the end of the day, each one teach one. And I guarantee you that your background singers is looking at you like you was looking at Anita. You understand? Because you're killing it. So now, check this out. So now this young lady, after that, she goes on tour with this guy. Now, let me tell you something. This is Kim. All right. Talk to me about how did this happen.
So, and I got stories too. That's so funny, because how I get the jobs that I get is a blessing, but there's always this story. And when I tell a story, people are like, what? You did what? So let's backtrack. Anita Baker, I got that job because I was being mentored by Michael J. Powell, who founded Chapter 8.
Oh, wow.
So, right. Okay. So I went to Mike and told Mike, so I had gotten a job as a receptionist in a recording studio, because I was hoping that I would meet somebody and get discovered, right? So I'm just at the front desk, $10 an hour, just answering the phone, like somebody gonna come through here. And there was a song that they recorded for Hurricane Katrina, and they pitched it to Aretha Franklin, they pitched it to Anita Baker, but neither one of them took the song. But they knew I could sing, so I actually ended up demoing the song with the late Ollie Woodson. Had no idea who he was. Whoa. And they ended up keeping my voice on the track. Right. And the Salvation Army picked this up, and they were giving it away as donations for people who were donating for Hurricane Katrina.
Right. So she's getting technical difficulties, but she'll be right back. But shout out to everybody that's showing up today. Mister, I see you. But here she goes. She's back. So
okay, I'm back. So what ended up happening is, so I did the song. Then I went to Mike, then I told Mike Powell, Mike Powell, he said, what do you want to do? You can sing. And I said, well, I just want to be a background singer. So he takes me to the late Aretha Franklin first. Yeah. Aretha Franklin said I had no touring experience, so she wouldn't take me. Right. But Aretha Franklin knew my father, my late father, who was one of the Funk Brothers from Motown. And he was her first keyboard player. Even though she knew my dad, she still wouldn't hire me.
Yeah, she wouldn't do it. Right.
Because the first thing I said was, I was like, my father. She was like, yeah, but you don't have any experience. So Mike said, okay, I'm gonna take you to somebody else. Don't worry. The next person he takes me to, go figure, is Anita Baker.
Oh, Anita Baker. Oh, my goodness.
Right. So I had to go back a little bit further. So he takes me to Anita Baker. I start working with Anita Baker. And then that goes on for 5 years. And then I stopped working with her because she just changed her singers. Yeah. So then I don't know if I'm giving away too much, but I met Kim literally on a movie set.
Really?
And his manager had already kind of been referred to me because they were changing personnel, and we were trying to figure out when we were going to meet. And so she tells me, well, you're both going to be on this movie set. And I'm not saying it on purpose, because I'm not trying to give away what you, no doubt.
Doing.
So I went to his trailer, And that's how I met him. And then I started working with him. And he hired me right off the bat because he said, "Oh, you've been with Anita? You worked with her all this time? Oh, you got the job." So I
Oh,
had to
no
go
doubt.
back and, and so that's how I ended up working with him. And I've been with him for 10 years.
10 Yo.
Yes.
First of all, you got people that don't even have jobs for 10 years. Hold on. Let's give you a round of applause on that. Oh my goodness. That, 10 years. So 5 years with Anita Baker, 10 years with Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to go back to another picture because it's kind of crazy that I have this. So the pandemic hit, and then you was opening up for these guys?
I wasn't opening. So what happened was I'm getting off of the tour with Kim last year. He did the Kim and the Babyface tour with Sherry Shepherd. We got maybe a week or two left, and I get this call, and they're like, the OJs are looking for some background singers. And Eddie Levert has already seen your video. We already kind of submitted you, and he wants you to. And I'm like, he saw and I took that job. So I toured with them for 6 months last year. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to work with Mr. Levert because he was ill last
year. Yes, he was. He was definitely ill. I remember that. She froze, but she'll be back. Trust me. So, again, there's a lot of people up in here, and I'm happy to see everybody coming in here to support me. There she goes. She's back.
Okay, I'm back. So I didn't get a chance to, he came to a couple of rehearsals, and we didn't get a chance to tour. I didn't get a chance to tour with him, but there's a story with that. So I met Mr. Levert and Mr. Walter when I was a teenager singing in a girl group. And we were taken to meet them and audition for them. And I remember he heard me sing, and he told me then, he said, "You're really good. If you stick to it, you're going to be all right." And I took a picture with him and Walter. So when I got the job, I showed them the picture, and I said, "I'm this girl in the picture." And he looked at me and he said, "Oh my God." So, like when I tell you I have stories.
Yes.
So that was amazing for me to be able to show him and tell him, I said, "Listen, I've done a whole lot of stuff, and I'm honored to be able to actually work with you. But you said something, you poured something into my life that I never forgot. And I've been continuing to go and push and grow because you told me that I was going to be something. And I never forgot it."
And you are. Listen, you definitely are. And you, as I said, you're starting to make some waves. I've been hearing some things. And, again, I'm so happy. I've been hearing some things. And you really is shining. You shining.
Thank you.
Now, I also heard another thing. You actually on this show?
I was on season 22, Icon Night. So there's a story with that. I got on the show because Ray Chu, who's the music director, was a music director for Anita Baker at one time. So he got a chance to work with me, learn my work ethic, and get to know me. So they had a show one night where it was just, they were singing iconic songs from iconic singers, and they needed some extra singers. And so he brought me in for that one night, and I was able to sing a Whitney Houston song and an Aretha Franklin song. And the Whitney Houston song, that was the first 10 perfect score of the night. And so I was so honored to be able to honor Whitney, but to be on television. And that earned me my first SAG-AFTRA position, to be SAG-AFTRA, and my first live television. So I really learned a lot from that show, just the work ethic that I needed to raise to do television work. Television is not, people have no idea how much more work it is than just doing a gig or doing a show. There's a whole nother mindset. There's a whole nother hours of commitment that you have to give. And so I learned so much. I love Ray Chu for that. And I really appreciate him for that opportunity, because that changed some things for me moving on to do other television. I was already set up to be in SAG-AFTRA for that, and movies.
Wow. So, first of all, look at Ray Chu. You didn't have to do it. Ray Chu. He didn't have to do that.
No, he did not.
He didn't have to do that, but he knew your work ethic. He knew you was out there grinding. He said, "You know what, girl, come over here and do this." And it was a success. It actually got the perfect 10 of the night, the first perfect 10 of the
Yeah,
night.
it did. I was so honored about that. So yeah, I thank you for that.
That's crazy. So not only are you a songwriter, artist, singer, you actually was in a movie. Is
I
that
was.
you was in a movie? And the movie, if I'm not mistaken, you actually met one of your icons. Actually, I think she's on the top of your list. Now I have this picture, y'all.
She is number one. She's absolutely number one. Look
at the picture.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we already know she got a story for this because I definitely want to hear the story. So look who this young lady got a picture with. Oh my goodness, Whitney Houston, God bless her. Listen, wow. How was that moment? Was you nervous? Was you shaky? Or
yes, all of that. Armpits itching, everything, all of that. You know, when you are a little girl and you see someone on television and you look up to them and you think that they're the most amazing thing that you've ever seen and you want to grow up and you want to be like them, and then you're able to be cast as them, like their body double, their stand-in.
right.
That was I don't even know how to process that part, you know. And then to just be able to you know, I had a few moments, not a lot, but just a few moments to actually speak with her and introduce myself to her. And at that moment in time, I was able to let her know that we had the same birthday, and she thought I was joking. So you know, as her stand-in, I had to wear her clothes and stuff like that. So we were the same size with physically, but I don't know about shoe, but physically, we were the same size. So she filmed for about a month, and yeah, that was it. And then so the second opportunity I had to speak with her was at the end. We were wrapping up all of her filming, and I got a chance to snap that picture with her. So I know some of these stories I'm telling you sound like I'm making them up, but they are honest to God. What they say, I got the receipts to prove it.
You got the receipts. You definitely got the receipts. And
but it is crazy though.
You Beth, listen, let me tell you something. For those who don't know, y'all really need to do your research. She's definitely Googleable. You understand?
I like that word.
Yeah.
Googleable. Right.
Googleable. She's definitely Googleable. And you know, I when I first found out that I was having you to the show, I was like, I told my wife, I said, "Do you remember the voice?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "You remember that lady Beth? A couple years back?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "She's gonna be on the show." She was literally having a fit. Like we was literally rooting for you. We literally was rooting for you. So you definitely, your voice resonated with us immediately from that first introduction. So, you know, I don't want to fan out, but damn it, yes, I'm definitely a fan. Definitely a fan.
You.
So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you definitely doing some things. So now I'm gonna get into your album.
Yay!
Get to Know Me. Let me tell you something. I listened to this whole album and you got some hits on there. You got some hits. You got some hits. You took this song. I have the video. You actually made a brand new music video recently. Am I correct?
I did. It just came out last Friday.
Yes. And you know, so funny, the stalker that I am, I was actually I was really like on top of that video. I already had it as soon as it popped up on YouTube. Yeah, I was sitting there and I said, you know what, let me get it. Let me get in there. Yeah, because what happened, it looked like you had so much fun doing
it. I did. I know that what I do is just such a blessing. Because I remember when I wanted to do what I'm doing and I could not get past myself to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching other people do things that I thought were amazing and great. And I would be on the sideline watching them do it, hoping, wishing, praying, trying to figure out how I was going to do it. And I said, Lord, sweet baby Jesus, if I ever get the chance,
I know that
I'm going to smile my way through this and I'm going to enjoy it because I know it's a gift, you know, to be able to do what you love. And so I'm smiling sometimes, probably when I shouldn't be, but I'm just happy, and I'm grateful that I get to do what I love to do. So I had a ball filming that video. I really did. I was smiling till my face was hurting.
And for those who don't know, y'all need to go to her website. She has what's the website? You have a website.
Yes.
Beth always
sings.com.
right? Yeah, Beth always sing.com. You actually follow her on Instagram as well to sing. And like I said, stalking. I actually seen partial parts of the video of her making it. And I just wanted to ask you a question. You look very tall. How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Let me explain why I say that. Your legs is really long. I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. They long, and I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. This lady looks a lot taller than she appeared. So I'm looking at the video, and it's big smile. And I'm like, oh my goodness, she having a ball. Can't wait the video came out. And then when I saw the video, I was like, damn, that's why her ass was smiling. It is beautiful. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually go to your video. We go for Let Me Be, and then we're gonna come back with the fabulous Beth in a second. So let me get to this video right now. Check her out. Check out that smile, y'all. Check out that smile. Let's go. Check out that.
Thank you. I love it.
Ooh, damn. That's hot. I'm sorry. That's hot. That's hot. So can you please explain to me the writing process for that particular song? Did you write that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not the entire song. So there were 2 producers and 3 writers. I'm one of the 3.
Nice.
So what happened was I have a friend named Kenny Flav, who's a great producer, has worked with amazing people. He's from the Queen Latifah Flavor Unit. He's worked with Busta Rhymes, Janet Jackson. I can't even name everybody he's worked with. He has his own artist out now named Hope Rainey. He's just amazing
I know
producer
Hope.
and friend. Yeah, he's
I know
been
Hope. Yeah.
around. So Hope is a co-writer on this song.
Oh, get out. Wow.
Yes, Hope. That's my Hopi. I call her Hopi. So my Hopi is
What?
on here. Hope Rainey, my producer and my music director and my A&R for my label, because I have my own record label, Marcus Divine. He is also the co-producer. So Kenny Flav and then me. So the four of us wrote that.
Wow.
And Kenny brought us the track, and he kind of brought us the track and kind of said, here's the ideas that I have, here's the music. And then he gave it to Marcus, and Marcus did some stuff to it and added
No
and
doubt.
tweaked it. And then we started
Yeah.
writing it and then brought in Hope. And so that's how we came up with that song. It's just fun. It's a bop. It
It
feels
is.
good. Yeah.
That's a vibe. That is a vibe. When that come on 2111 radio, and y'all can hear that exclusively on 2111 radio. I'm telling y'all right now.
Thank you.
It literally
Thank you.
played. It played like 4 or 5 times today already, because we have a
Thank you
24-hour
so much.
station.
Thank
So it's a
you.
24-hour, 7 days a week station, and your song has been rotating for the last couple of weeks. So, and
Thank
you
you.
know, I appreciate you guys actually, giving us the opportunity, because again,
Oh, absolutely.
you are someone that we wanted to salute. I
Thank
told
you.
your manager, I said, we want to salute this young lady, because the hard work, if y'all listen to her story from being a background singer, people don't understand. Don't take that for granted. You're learning, and she learned all
I'm
the way
still
up until,
doing it.
you see, look at this. Exactly.
I'm leaving literally tomorrow. I have a show with Kim in Wilmington, Delaware tomorrow. I'm still doing background. I can't, that's something I love to do, and that's my job. I don't just dump that because I put a record out. Things
So,
gotta line up right.
exactly. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I actually seen
Yeah.
Kim in Orlando with Music Soul Child and Lettucey.
Mhm.
Was you there?
Yeah.
And did he give you like a little solo?
And I sang the Patti LaBelle tribute.
Yes. I was
Yeah, that was
there.
good.
Yo, I
Yes.
was there. My wife surprised me with those tickets. I was literally there.
Oh, awesome. Did you have a
Oh,
good time
my
at the
God.
show?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Y'all tore it up. Got tore it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
You killed that song. Everybody was like, okay, why she ain't out? Because they didn't realize who you were. But now that I'm thinking, we kept wondering who the hell sung that song. Oh my goodness, you
What?
tore that up. Tore it up. You tore it
Thank
up.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness.
Thank
Yes, that was a dope show. We had a
Thank you.
really good time. Really good time.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Kim surprised me because, my wife, she's a fan, big fan. I like his music, but she's a Kim fan. Like,
Right, yeah.
they
He's
play
for the
music all
ladies.
time. Yeah, he is. He actually is. And how his aura, the way he came in, it was like he took charge of the whole crowd. He took complete control, and it worked. It worked, and then when he put you out there, like I said, damn. And he looked at you like, like really, like you do know this is my show, like you tore that up. Yes.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
Listen, when somebody put that mic in your phone, in your hand, people don't understand. As singers, somebody put a mic in your hand, you got to tear it down every
That's your
chance you get.
obligation.
And
That's
you
your
tore the building.
obligation.
Yeah, you tore that building
you.
down. I'll never forget that. So yes, I actually saw you live. Wow.
Yes, you
Definitely.
did.
That
Thank
was
you.
dope. That was dope. So now the album, it came out.
Mhm.
When did this album actually come out?
So this
Because I
album,
think it's
which
your
is my
sophomore.
this is my second album, my sophomore album, and it came out September in 2022. And I'm so proud of this album because we debuted at number 1 on Amazon
Yes,
Hot
you
New
did.
Releases. This album was
Hold on.
Grammy considered.
What?
And
Hold on.
I'm
Let me
just-
give you the horn. I have a horn here. Let me give you the DJ horn real quick. 'Cause that's dope. Let's get that. Because
I'm so proud of the work that we put in and the work that we did for this project. Like I said, I'm an independent artist. I independently have my own team, independently have my own record label. And for us to get Grammy considered is huge. For us to debut at number 1 hot releases on Amazon. And we stayed on the charts for about a month. I mean, it was great. So we were really, really proud of that project. 12 songs. I feel like I have 12 babies. Each song tells a different story. And it just was fun. And I remember when we were trying to come up with the concept of the album, I just was telling Marcus, I said, I want an album that feels warm. I want people to feel love. And I want them, when I turn on the song, I want them to hear the story that I'm telling. And I want to give them a vibe reminiscent of the 90s.
Did it.
So that's what I wanted.
You did it. And I'm sitting there when I heard it, I said, this is like that 90s music. To me, the 90s music was some of the greatest music in history. And you took it back. You did. And what happened when they sent me the album, I'm listening to each song. And I usually just browse through. I listened to your whole album.
Oh wow.
I listened to the whole thing. I went and got some wine and just sat back and listened. And
thank you.
Got some wine and sat back and listened, and you have something on your hands. So
thank you.
This song that we just played, a lot of people hit us up and said, yo, when y'all gonna get her? So that's why I reached out and said, hey, I need to have her on my show. So shout out to Courtney. Shout out to Courtney.
I have the best manager. I do. Yes. I adore him. He just got a billboard, a digital billboard for me up in New York in Times Square. Yep. So he's awesome. And even when we put the album out, when we were promoting it, I had 17 billboards up around the country promoting the album. So he really supports his artists, and I appreciate him so much.
And Ron. Now Ron.
Oh yes.
You got Ron, your team, you got a tight team. Ron hit us up, I think a couple of days ago. He was like, hey, my name is Ron, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. I called him back and I realized, I was like, wait a minute, is he talking about Beth? I said, oh, okay. So he said, he took care of everything. He said, I need you to do X, Y, Z, did all of that. And again, I salute to him because, again, very professional. Him and Courtney. I'm telling you, you got an excellent team. So shout out to them. Definitely shout out to them.
You know what? I'm so blessed. They make sure that I'm okay. And I just want to tell Ron, I love him and condolences to him. His mother passed yesterday and he is still making sure I'm good. And I'm just like, Ron, just go sit down. And he's like, no, we still got work to do. So he is amazing. He's an amazing person. His mother, let me tell you, his mother, Jude, I remember before the record came out, I said, oh my God, the record is coming out. And she said, oh, your record's going to be #1. And I said, oh, you're kidding me. She says, oh, your record's going to debut at #1. She said, just watch. And the next day I called him screaming, or I think he called me. I don't even remember. And I said, tell your mama I love her. Thank you. And just to know that, we got an angel. We got an angel named Jude now. And just, man. So just condolences to Ron. We love Ron. We love you. I love you. And you're still working when you should not be right now. But
I was shocked. Yeah. I was completely thrown. And he explained it to me. And I'm sitting there going, well, why you just go ahead? We got this. I already had everything, by the way. I had everything.
Yeah. So but that's normally what he does. He normally handles all the interviews. So if Courtney books it or he makes the connection or contact, Ron is going to always come back around just to make sure that,
And everything was together. And I'm honored to have you. Really, I'm happy.
Thank you.
I wish you so much success. We will definitely keep an eye on you. If you have anything to promote, 2111 Radio is open to helping you on social media as far as in our story. We'll put whatever you have. Just tag us. I tell all the artists that come up here, please just tag us. We will share it with us, our friends, and whoever's following us, they'll share it. So, the more the merrier. It takes.
Thank you very much.
It takes a village to deal with.
Well, I'll be back because you do need it. This is a big machine, and my best friend always tells me, how do you eat an elephant? And it's one bite at a time. And that's what you do. And you make it happen and you make it work. We're gonna release another single, and we're filming the video for that next Friday.
Oh, really?
So so the next single is going to be Ooh.
I knew
so
it.
Everybody knows that song.
I knew it. I was gonna actually just throw it up on my station because that's hot. Yes.
Well, you
that's hot.
can because that's the next single,
Okay,
and
so
we are. Hey, Kenny Flavor's on here. I just saw him.
yeah.
So Kenny is the one who brought me "Let Me Be" that I was telling you about.
Oh, that's him. Okay.
That's
That's what's up.
Kenny.
That's what's
Yes.
up. Salute.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Wow.
Ula's
Yeah,
gonna
let me tell you
come out
something.
next. We'll have a visual with that. So yeah, I'm really excited.
No doubt. Well, just just you telling me that alone, I will be loading that up tonight and
Yay!
adding it
Thank
to
you.
2111 Radio. Because
Thank you.
people don't understand. I host this show, but I am the program director as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I could pretty much just say, you know what, boom, let's get that done. Because
Thank you.
that your album, I'm telling you, is really phenomenal. You did an excellent
Thank
job.
you.
You did an
Thank you.
excellent job. You got the story across. And that 90s feel, yes, it does. It feels just like the
Yeah,
90s.
I love
Goodness.
that. The 90s music is just, and if you see like a resurgence of the 90s artists that are coming out now, and then you get to hear that music all over again, and you just, if you
Yes.
have forgotten, you get reminded of how great the music was, how warm it was. You get reminded of where you were, and just, oh
Mhm.
man, the music is so
Yeah.
good.
And let me tell you, off subject, speaking of older music, it's this label, Death Row Records,
Hmm.
Snoop. Let me
Yeah,
like he has 2 artists on that label. You ever heard of this guy named October London?
I have, and everybody's talking about him. He's so good.
He was up here. He was literally up here a couple
Wow.
months ago. He sounds just like
Wow.
Marvin Gaye, guys. He sounds,
Yes.
oh my goodness, he sounds just like Marvin Gaye. And for him to be on our show was dope because he reached out. He literally reached out.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I would love to see you and him collect
Okay.
that. Now I'm gonna put that out there because I actually got his information. So I'm gonna say, listen,
Okay.
bro, you need to go check out Beth and check out Courtney, get it all together. I think that
Yes.
works. I think it works
Wow.
because
Yeah. He's really good.
he's a producer as well. So it's like, yeah, he's a music producer as well. And I think that would be an excellent. And then he has
Well, thank you.
another young lady that reminds me of the old school. Her name is what is that girl name? Oh my goodness.
But Snoop loves old school music,
Yes,
though.
he does.
He
Yes, he
does.
does.
He's my
But
favorite rapper. So yeah.
he's an excellent, he has an excellent ear.
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm,
understand? So
mm-hmm,
what I want to ask you is this before I let
mm-hmm.
you go. I want your top 5 alive because I already pretty much know certain people that's passed because we went there, but top 5 alive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Top 5 alive. First would be me.
See what I'm saying? You're the first one
Because
that did that. That's right.
I got to give it up for me. I honestly have been working so much. I haven't been really listening to anybody, but I will say this.
Always on the road.
Right. I mean, okay, so I will say I will put Kim in there. I'm
There
really
you go.
enjoying him.
Yeah, he's dope.
I'm enjoying Lettucey. I have a newfound love and respect for
Yo,
her talent and skill.
hold up. Let me give you a horn on Lettuce. Listen, let me tell y'all, if y'all never saw this woman live, y'all need to go see her.
Ooh,
Wow.
fire.
I didn't know she had that range. I did not know.
She's incredible.
Ooh.
I have to throw in one of the founding divas for Black women, Gladys Knight. She's still out there killing it.
Yeah,
I had the
still killing
opportunity
it.
to open for Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle on Mother's Day in Detroit.
What?
You missed
Damn.
that? You said you was on my page. You didn't see the flyer?
I didn't. Let me tell you something. I've been looking at the videos and listening to the music. I should have known. But my thing is, how did that come about? You 2 divas like that? Oh my goodness.
Listen, the Holy Ghost. I was I was like, when I got that phone call, I was like, excuse me?
Legends.
Yes, and yes, but excuse me? So
Yeah.
that was amazing. Mother's Day here in Detroit at the Fox Theater. I opened for Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle.
Wow.
So I have to put both of them on the list,
Of
because
course.
if they're still at the mature age that they are doing it and how they're doing it.
That's
I
right.
remember talking to Miss Knight and telling her, I said, I just have one thing I want to tell you. I said, I just want to touch you.
Yeah.
I said, and if God can do it for you, he can do it for me. I said, I just want to be blessed by association in this thing, because she is doing it and sounding incredible. And I just needed that, connection with her. She's such a sweetheart.
Let me tell you.
And last but not least, for another person whose album who I listened to really religiously and had it on repeat was Ella Mai, when she had the album that had Booed Up on it.
Yes, she is.
I love
that woman.
I can put that album on and just listen to it. I would say those are my, who I would listen to right now.
And it's an excellent list. It was already top notch when you put those two legends up there. I'm sorry that you actually won that.
Because you got to remember what was set a foundation from where we're going. These women set a foundation for women and men. They came out at a time where it was rough, and they're killing it. So the fact that they're still out there doing it, man, yeah.
Yes. Let me tell you, Gladys Knight got us through so much back in the days. As you see, I'm older. Like I keep telling people, I'm very seasoned. And back in the 70s, I'm going to tell y'all something about Gladys Knight. Her music helped us through so much. Like her voice, it was just wow. And
she still got that voice. That's the crazy part. She still got it.
The same voice. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my goodness. She didn't need the pips. People don't still understand. I love the pips. Don't get it wrong, but she never really needed them. It was just it was part of what it was, because her voice resonated with us as Black individuals.
Yeah.
Like it really did. And do you remember that movie? What was the name of that damn movie? Claudine. She made this movie called Claudine. You definitely
gotta look it up. I don't know.
Please look at Claudine. Her whole album is the soundtrack.
Ooh, okay.
Her whole album.
You're gonna make me go look for that tonight.
Trust me, it's on YouTube. I guarantee you, you're gonna love it. It was her. It was James Earl Jones is in this movie with Carol. What's her name? Diane Carroll.
Ooh.
Yes, please.
And that's when they was all young and fine back then.
Yes, and it was basically living in the poverty. Yeah. They was living in poverty, and basically what happened is that back in the days when people was on welfare, they used to send people to the house to see if the father was there. So they was literally hiding stuff from the welfare people, and come to find out, he had a garbage man. He was a garbage man. And he told me, you know what? Hell with y'all. I'm going to take this family. They're going to live with me. Y'all can get off, because it makes no sense for me to have to hide in the backyard and hide all our appliances, because that's how it was back in the days. You understand? And, for Gladys Knight's music, her voice, to have the soundtrack to that,
I know it was rich.
We all went through it. So that, it just, her voice, again, I can never forget Gladys Knight. That's one person.
She's just,
I'll probably go silent on the show if she would show up on my show. I'm telling you, I'll probably go silent.
Yeah, I've literally, I when I first met her, it just, because I had the opportunity to actually meet her while I was on the road with the OJs. So being on the road with the OJs and then Gladys Knight, all of them in one night, my head was just, I was just like, oh my God, this is just all this, they're amazing. They're amazing.
Yes. Look at Ron, and it's still here. Look at Ron.
Claudine soundtrack, I have it. Love the song. Make yours a happy home. See, I got to go back and look at that. I don't even know what y'all talking about. Shame on me, but I got to do my research.
Let me tell you again, that's when you see it, hit me in my DM and say, damn. That's all I need. You don't need to have a conversation. As soon as you look at this movie, you're going to hit me in the DM and say, damn.
Damn.
Classic.
Okay.
Classic. It's
okay.
a classic.
Wow.
So you really have been really doing your thing. I mean, we
Thank
covered
you.
so much. And like I said, what I really wanted to do is let my audience get to
Hmm.
see Beth in this
Oh, thank
light
you.
because I truly is one of your I'm a true fan of your music,
Oh,
of your
thank you.
story, of your
Thank you.
story. You understand? And you out here
Hmm.
grinding all the experience that you learned, you actually implemented it into what you're doing right now. And
I
I
have.
guarantee you, it's so many proud people of you right now. They're so proud of you. I'm proud of
Thank
you, and you're
you.
not even my damn daughter.
Thank
So
you. I
you
appreciate it.
so it's beautiful to have you come up here and really share all these stories because those are classics. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna hold
Thank
on
you.
to this tape. We're recording this, but it's live. So
Yeah.
I have this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely have all these stories to really let people really get to see and listen to all these classic stories. OJ's, Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle. Do you understand? Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Those is five Hall of Famers that you've been around. Like
I'm
nobody can say that.
totally no, and I'm totally sometimes when I think about it, um, I have been so blessed to have some amazing experiences. There's one person we didn't mention, and I want to give him a shout
Please
out to
do.
because he's been so amazing. Najee, I got an opportunity to work with him
Yes,
and
you
tour with
did.
him. And Najee he brought me on and was like, oh, just come on my show and you can sing some of your music. Who does that?
No one. No
No
one. What do
one.
you mean?
So
He just
yeah,
told you to
so
come up.
listen, I always tell you there's a story.
Go
I
for it.
was singing for Earl Clue's Jazz Weekend. I
Okay.
was working with Al Turner, who's an amazing bass player. He was playing for Kim, but he plays for Earl Clue. And I had a 5 a.m. lobby call. I was getting in a car heading to the airport, and I get in the car, and there's this man sitting in the car. And I look, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Najee. I'm not supposed to be sharing a car with him. So I said, excuse me to the driver. I said, am I on the list? I'm not supposed to
Yeah.
be on this list. And he says, no, I have you. And I said, but he's supposed to have his own car. And Najee was like, come on, get in the car with me. I'm sitting in the car, 5 a.m., itch, armpits, itch. I'm just like, oh my God. And I started talking to him. And I said, you know what? I'm a shoot my shot. I said, if
Well,
you ever come to Detroit or you need a female singer, please call me. Do you ever need singers? He said, actually, I do. And so we're talking in the car and we get a flat tire on the highway, 5
uh-uh.
a.m. in South Carolina.
Wow.
So we start talking, chopping it up. Long story short, he says, I'll never forget you because of this situation. He called me, he emailed me a couple months later. He says, I'm coming to Detroit. Would you do a show with me? Would you come and sing? And I started singing one of his
Mm.
songs. And then he actually took me out on the road with him. And then he let me sing one of my songs in his show and his song. So I worked with him. Oh God, we did several shows. And he's just, I have to say thank you because not many artists let you sing your music on their platform.
No, they do not.
So he introduced me to his platform. I've done several shows with him, jazz festivals and things like that. When he comes to Detroit, I work with him. And if he's, looking for a singer and he's branching out, he'll call me and I'll pack up and I'll go with him as well. So I just appreciate him. I've been so abundantly blessed to work with these people. And each one of them have taught me something different,
Mhm.
have imparted
Yes.
something in me. And every
Amazing.
time I hit the stage, you're going to see a little Najee, you're going to see a little
It
Kim,
is.
you're going to see a little Anita, you're going to see a little Whitney, you're going to see all of these people because I'm a melting pot of all these people that I've been
Yeah.
able to just share the air with, share their space with. Nothing I ever predicted, nothing I even specifically asked for. They've just been amazing diamonds that have been dropped in my life. And I'm so grateful. And I would not even do them justice if I did not go as far as I could go. They have been so
Exactly.
gracious to me. So I'm going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Listen, let me tell you something. I have to say, you're one of my favorite guests on the show.
Oh, thank
I'm really enjoying you as the person that you are. You seem like one of the nicest people that I've met so far on the show. So salute to that.
Thank you.
I do have another video. Check that out.
What you got?
Ooh, let me tell you something. See, we came bearing gifts. So you actually have a song called "Got Next."
I do.
"Got Next," and it's
Yeah.
with Swifty McVeigh.
Swifty McVeigh, he is
Yeah.
from the legendary group D12 that came out of the
Yep.
Eminem camp.
Yep.
And that is my brother, my friend, and I
Yeah.
love him. And yeah, that's
So
my
what
guy.
I'm gonna do, we're gonna get to that. How did that happen? Because again, he's somebody that we all know. So we're gonna get to the video. And we're gonna come back with my girl Beth. So it's
Okay.
called "Got Next." Let's go. Check her out now, y'all. Check out the smile. Check this out.
I got this phone from my dad. Baby, I'ma stand up on it. Ain't nothing gonna make me move. A legacy left for me. Baby, I'ma walk up on it. 'Cause I know what I gotta do. They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next. They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next. Once I put this shit on lock, don't try to take it away, because you're gonna lose. You think I'm soft when I'm not. Don't you underestimate, 'cause you're gonna be the fool. Oh. They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next. They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next.
Now this is our time. Y'all had a chance to shine, and we'll be cutting y'all in front of that line. You either out or you riding. My homie right beside me with a hustling persona and a crown full of diamonds. Climbing these charts and you ain't stopping a profit. She's staying on fire like the back of a damn rocket. Total control, cold as the North Pole, busting these flows. It's our time to blow, so just know.
They may be on right now, but somehow, trust me, I got next. They may be.
Girl, come on, stop playing. Salute, salute. Talk
Thank
about this
you.
damn song. That was fire. Wow. And
I love
you
funk
look
music.
different. Now, let me tell you, you look different in that. Let me tell you something. You were showing off. I'm telling y'all right now, it looked like she was showing off in this. This video, I'm telling you, it looks different from the last video. You seem like you just arrived in this video to me. Like you actually had something, a little rawness to you in this. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. So yeah, so talk about this project, because that was hot.
So the whole concept of the album. So this is my second album. My first album is called Free, and I was very reserved and very safe with that album. And I love the project. But with this album, it's called Get to Know Me, which means you're going to get to know the different sides of me. I'm going to start exposing a little more. And so I have a friend that lovingly says that I'm sophisticated ratchet. So Got Next is more of my raw side. You know, I love hip hop, I love rap, I love West Coast rap. Snoop is my favorite rapper. I wanted something that had funk, and you know, I'm just honest. You know, sometimes I got a little potty mouth. You know, that's the other side of me that people don't know, and I don't always show it. And so that song was just an introduction of another side of me. Just like Ooh that's coming.
Yeah.
There's another side of me that people don't know that, only my husband sees that.
See?
So we're,
Exactly.
so we're just kind of expanding a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So with Got Next, I really wanted to give a message, first of all, that I got next. And then second, I wanted to have some funk because I love that. I love rap. So I was able to incorporate the rap. And just a little edge, a safe edge, but a little bit of edge,
Let me tell you something. When I saw this video last week, I was like, oh, damn. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. It's like an alter ego. Do you have a name for your alter ego by any chance? Because you completely look different. Like that was, wow.
I just, no, I don't have the alter ego. It's just me. It's just all phases of me. And
you're a woman. That's what y'all do. Y'all have different, that's what's so amazing about women.
Yeah, we tripolar. We got about 4, 5.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think my wife is tripolar. Yeah.
We all are.
She's watching. She's watching. Hi, wife. Listen, don't get mad.
But we have to be because there's so many hats that we wear. We have to be wives. We have to be mothers. We're still children. We have to be the doctor. We have to be the lawyer in the house. We got to be the peacemaker. We have to be everything. We have to handle business. We got to handle y'all. Listen, all of that.
You're damn right. Yes, and it's so sad, but you're right. Yeah, she take care of you. I ain't gonna lie. She does.
It's all of that. I have a husband, and I have to be what he needs me to be, and I have to be the artist, and then I have to handle business, and then I have to be a daughter. I have, all of that stuff. And so we put on the hat that is required at the time. So yeah.
And all we got to do is be men.
That's all. And then that's a whole nother show. I'm about to say, then y'all tear that up.
Matter of fact, when you come back, because we're gonna have you come back, we're going to discuss that because again, I love talking about certain things, and I know we wrong. I know you ain't got no argument out of me. I know we wrong, and
like you said, that's another show.
It's another show. I've been married for 33 years, and I know I infuriate my wife. I know, and she'll tell you right now. I don't understand why I'm still with her. But so, thank you. So, but yeah, so I wanted to get that song out there because again, we hear the stories of how you came up. The people that you dealt with as far as in the talent, the Hall of Famers. And then all of a sudden at the end, I plays this song and everybody's in the room like, wait a minute, hold on. Is that the same? Listen, she has a different hats. So the next song she's coming out with, trust me, a completely different hat. So I'm definitely honored to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
Salute to you and your team. I'm really a big fan of yours now, so I'm gonna definitely be stalking your page more often.
Thank you.
And I just want to make sure that we wanted to give you the flowers that you truly deserve. You understand?
I appreciate that so very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's been a dope show. Thanks everybody for coming in. There's literally 150 people in here right now.
Wow. Hey, 150 people. Yeah, hey, everybody. Thank y'all for watching.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much.
Your people definitely came out to shine tonight, and appreciate everybody for coming tonight. But we gotta let this young lady go. I don't know, because she's been running. Listen, y'all need to look at her page. Check her page out. All right, her Instagram is right there. Always doing something. I'm just happy that I got the time to actually have this interview with you. We actually been up here for an hour,
and I've had a ball.
Yes.
Did we cover everything?
I believe we did. I've really been doing my studying, and I think I covered everything for you. And again, it's an amazing story, and everyone needs to definitely check her out. Her music is everywhere. It's worldwide. Check out, and again, her music is definitely exclusive on 2111 Radio. So if y'all download the live 365 app and search for 2111 Radio, it'll probably be playing right now. That's how much her song has been playing on 2111 Radio. All right, but y'all have a good night. I want to talk to her behind the scenes and thank her, but I'm gonna have everybody say good night, and I'll see y'all next week.